The day I planned to surprise my wife for her birthday turned into a day I'll never forget, for all the wrong reasons. I had ordered a massive bouquet of her favorite lilies a week in advance, arranging for them to be delivered to our home right on her special day. I was stuck on a business trip, but I wanted her to feel celebrated and loved even from miles away. That morning I called her, my heart bubbling with excitement. "Happy birthday, my love. Did a little something arrive for you?" Her voice on the other end was strangely flat. "Oh yes, the flowers. They're here." Something was off. I pressed her. "You don't sound very excited. Don't you like them?" She hesitated, then said, "They're just a bit wilted, that's all." "It's the thought that counts, honey." "Thank you." Wilted. I had paid a premium for the freshest flowers, guaranteed. A knot of unease tightened in my stomach. I apologized profusely and promised to call the florist. She quickly changed the subject, and we hung up. I immediately called the flower shop, ready to complain, but the manager was adamant. "Sir, I personally oversaw your order. They were the freshest lilies we had, sent out in perfect condition this morning." His certainty made my confusion deepen. Why would my wife lie about something so small? The unease wouldn't leave me, so I decided to cut my trip short. I booked the next flight home, telling my wife I had a surprise and not to wait up. I walked into our house late that night using my key. The lights were off and everything was quiet. I tiptoed to the living room, planning to surprise her, and that's when I saw them. On the coffee table, a vase overflowed with the most vibrant, perfect red roses I had ever seen. They were stunning and clearly very fresh. And next to them, stuffed unceremoniously into a dusty corner behind the couch, was my bouquet of lilies. I pulled them out. They weren't just wilted, they were completely dead, their stems snapped and petals crushed. They looked like they'd been deliberately destroyed. My blood ran cold. The roses weren't from me. The state of my lilies wasn't an accident. I went upstairs, my heart pounding in my chest. The bedroom door was slightly ajar. I heard my wife's soft laughter, followed by a man's deeper voice. World shattered in that instant. The dead flowers weren't a delivery mistake. They were a message. My presence, my love, had been discarded and replaced by something new and exciting, just like those fresh red roses. I quietly backed away from the door. The image of my crushed lilies burned into my mind. They were a perfect symbol for my marriage, something I thought was beautiful, now dead and discarded in a corner. The silence of the house was deafening as I walked out, leaving my key on the table next to the perfect roses that weren't for me. That was the end. Thanks for listening to my story. If you've been through something similar, remember you're not alone. Don't forget to follow for more stories.